Hey guys, Nick Supik here, Century 21, and I am here with some guests, Dave and Tiera of Dillon, McCandless, King, Coulter, Graham, and they do settlements. They do closings and they do title work for the sale of real estate. And so I've dealt with I've done hundreds and hundreds of deals, and I've had the fortunate time to meet these guys, and they're phenomenal. They do the best. There's a lot of good companies out there, but these guys are at the top of the top. And so with coming to title and closing companies, like I gotta ask, so they're closing company and a title company. Is that all the same, or is there two different functions? How does that work?
Exact same thing. It's we perform the same functions, all title companies and settlement companies, but there's two separate activities.
Okay.
So, we start out doing your title search, making sure everything's on the up and up, as far as any taxes, liens, judgments, anything like that. If anything pops up, we get that squared away, move on to balancing with your lender, getting cash to close ready, all of those things, and then we meet you at the closing table.
Okay.
And that's where the fun is. That's the face of the title company. That's where Tiera shows up, or our other closing reps show up.
So nobody really meets anybody until the time comes to like the actual closing, for the most part.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's a nice little get together.
So you have the closing, you have the title, so that you have all this title work. So what is involved when it comes? People say the word title work. What's that mean?
So, title insurance, it's a pretty dry topic, but
okay.
Title insurance is where we protect the lender and the buyer against any future liens. So when we do our diligence, do our title search, and do our tax searches, and all of that legal work, in the end, it's meant to protect the buyer and the lender.
So for any liens, back loans,
yes.
Back taxes, what about, sometimes we just have to petition to like the local municipalities a lot. So what does that look like? What does that mean?
That is our title coordinators take care of that. If there's anything as far as that goes, they just contact them and find out what needs to be done. Sometimes we'll have to contact our underwriters to make sure exactly what needs to happen so this doesn't follow our buyer around.
Okay.
And we go by and whatever needs to be done gets done. So it looks different depending on what kind of lead you're with.
Yeah, that's the fun part. Every municipality is different from the next.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a new set of challenges, but we've been in this business for a long time, so I'd like to think that our closing coordinators and our teams know what to expect from each municipality.
Is it necessary to actually hire a closing company to have a title search done? Is that necessary? Why does somebody have to do that?
Yes, especially if you're working with a lender. Lenders absolutely require it. You can do some of it on your own if you're just a buyer trying to purchase a property, but there's some legal activities that you need us involved.
You have some people say, hey, why can't we just go sign the deed and let's just go record it and let's call it a day? Like that. It just don't work that way?
No can do.
Okay.
You need us.
Okay. So, there's a buyer in the transaction, there's sellers in the transaction. Sometimes there's agents in a lot of transactions.
Yeah.
Who hires you? Who hires the closing company?
So in Pennsylvania, the buyer gets to choose the title company. A lot of times we work directly with agents, so the agents will kind of direct or suggest who they might want to use for a title company.
Okay. I don't have any official arrangements or relationships with anybody.
No.
But it's just like, hey, these guys, I generally say, hey, here's 2 or 3 companies. I know that these guys do a really nice job.
Yeah, in a perfect world, that's the best thing to do because the buyer's the consumer and they should have a choice in the matter. But what we find is once you become comfortable with the title company, it's easier to recommend 1 or 2 title companies.
For sure.
That seems to be the trend.
So, again, there's a buyer, there's a seller, there's agents. Who pays for what?
There's a lot of different things going on. The way that we do it, buyer and seller both have a settlement fee. Buyer does pay for title insurance for them and their lender. Seller pays for taxes, letters, things like that. So it's a little bit of give and take on that.
Okay.
So mostly the buyer.
So the buyer, they're just because of the title, the title insurance and the title policies and stuff. That's where.
That's the largest expense, and so that's why they have a choice and decide who they want to work with.
Does somebody really need title insurance?
I would say so. Yeah, the chances of having a title issue come up are kind of slim, but when they do, they are expensive and complicated, and you want to just get it done with. It's a one-time fee, and then you know that if anything comes up, you call the people that are helping you out to take care of it.
So, like, if there is something, hey, I'm selling my property down the road, and there's something, hey, there's something to come up I wasn't aware of, and I go to sell, I'm going to call you guys up, and
Come
you're
back
going
to
to.
us and we resolve it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
100%. Yeah.
So, in title insurance, I'm pretty sure the cost for title insurance is set by the state.
The state. Yeah.
So, like, I mean, to be fair, like any closing company or title company, that's going to be the same exact cost. It's set exactly by the state. So,
Yes.
so that's good. So you don't have to really shop that, right?
No, but what differentiates us, what we like to talk about the most is our service. And that's where we like to think we stand apart.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you, do you have like a certain, do you operate out of a certain vision for the company, or is there a certain culture, or certain
Yes,
goals?
indeed.
Or?
Yes,
We
indeed.
are held to extremely high standards, to the extent that, I mean, we come together weekly as a team to include our supervising attorney to make sure that we are communicating correctly, that our process is efficient, that everyone is having the exact experience that they prefer.
Wow.
So we do
Yeah,
a lot
to
of
the
that.
extent of like, what's the expression, crossing your T's and dotting your I's, those types of details mean a lot to us.
Wow.
And it could be a pleasurable experience. You don't think about your title company really, you're more involved with your agents, but we like to make it as easy on everyone and as pleasurable. That's a weird word to use, but pleasurable is the
I
word.
was gonna say, could you guys be our silent partners in the whole transaction,
Yes,
right?
that
I mean,
is the goal, yes. We keep our heads down, do our job, and make everyone else look great. And have a great time.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
And
all
you
we're
get to
after.
see Tiera at the closing.
Yeah, and you meet them in the ear, golf or whatever, yeah.
What was anything else you want to add to somebody, like, because they maybe wouldn't know or want to know about closing or title company, or before we kind of wrap it up?
One thing that I'm really proud of about DMKCG is that I hear that a lot of companies, title companies, say, well, this is how we do things, and this is how we work. The way that we work is the answer is yes, what you need, and then we get to work and make that happen.
Well, that's good.
Absolutely.
I like hearing that. So.
Thanks for having us on for this.
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate it, man.
This is great.
What a blessing to have you guys. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful for you. And, so, guys, this is Dillon, McCandless, King, Coulter, Graham. This is Dave and Tiera. Tiera's the face of the company because she's the one that's going to be with you, right? I don't know, but we're just grateful. And hopefully, if you have any questions, you can reach out to these guys. They're really, and let me know, and I can get you in contact with them, and you'll be happy you did. So, thank you again, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thanks so much.